In a silent courtroom, packed with strangers, a little girl who hadn't spoken in 4 months lifted her tiny hand, and the German shepherd beside her growled. What happened next turned an entire trial upside down. 6-year-old Lily Monroe hadn't said a single word since the day a stranger tried to drag her into a dark SUV in front of her own house. The terror of that moment had stolen her voice completely. Now, she stepped through the towering courtroom doors, gripping tightly to the harness of Ghost, a powerful German shepherd with the pale, jagged scar across his muzzle. Her red sneakers squeaked on the polished floor as she made her way toward the witness stand, eyes wide, chin trembling but lifted, as if daring herself not to disappear under hundreds of staring eyes. Behind the bench sat Judge Ilana Vasquez, a woman with silver streaks in her dark hair and eyes sharp as glass. She watched Lily with a mix of compassion and fierce focus, because she knew this entire trial rested on Lily's tiny shoulders. But there was one enormous problem. Lily hadn't spoken a single word in nearly 4 months. Across the courtroom, Marcus Fielding sat at the defense table, wearing a crisp paramedic uniform. His face looked gentle, calm, almost kind. But sometimes, monsters hide behind friendly faces. Fielding had been arrested after security footage placed him near the scene of Lily's attempted kidnapping. Yet his lawyer insisted he was innocent. No confession, no DNA, and a little girl who couldn't or wouldn't speak. To the defense, it seemed like the perfect case for acquittal. But then something happened that no one, especially the defense, saw coming. As Lily conned into the witness chair, her pale blue eyes found Marcus Fielding. She froze. Her chest rose and fell in shallow panic breaths. Then her fingers twitched. Barely noticeable, but powerful. Only 2 beings in that courtroom understood the silent message hidden in that tiny gesture: Ghost and Judge Vasquez. In an instant, Ghost's entire body stiffened like a coiled spring. His amber eyes locked onto Fielding, his ears pricked forward, every muscle rippling under his dark fur. And from deep in his chest came a low, grumbling growl. The sound echoed through the silent courtroom. People gasped, because this wasn't just a therapy dog reacting to a frightened child. This was recognition, a silent accusation. Judge Vasquez slammed her gavel so hard it sounded like a gunshot. "This court will recess for 15 minutes, she declared, her voice tight with urgency. But how did a little girl and a scarred German shepherd named Ghost end up here at the center of a high-stakes trial? 4 months earlier, Lily Monroe was a bright, talkative 6-year-old whose giggles filled every room. She loved fairy tales, drawing dragons, and snuggling with stuffed animals. One crisp autumn afternoon, she was twirling in the front yard of their family's townhouse while her mother, Amanda Monroe, checked emails inside. Just 4 minutes. That's how long Amanda was distracted. When she looked up, Lily was gone. A dark SUV idled at the curb. A man crouched beside Lily, speaking in a soft, coaxing voice. "I've got a kitten in my car. Want to come see it?" he whispered. Amanda screamed. The man's smile vanished. Rage flashed across his face as he grabbed Lily's arm. Lily didn't scream. She froze, staring at him with terrified eyes. Across the street, Roger Bates, a retired school bus driver, saw the entire thing from his porch. "Hey," he roared, "get away from that girl." The man hesitated just long enough for Lily to rip her arm free and bolt toward her mother. Amanda scooped Lily into her arms as the SUV's tires screeched, leaving black streaks on the road. From that day forward, Lily never spoke another word. The doctors called it selective mutism, a trauma so deep that it locked her words inside. 2 weeks later, Amanda sat trembling in Dr. Claire Raines's office, a child psychologist known for helping trauma survivors. "She won't talk," Amanda whispered. "Not to me, not to anyone." Dr. Raines leaned forward. "Has she ever loved animals?" "Yes, dogs," Amanda said. "Then I want her to meet someone." That someone was Ghost. Once a heroic police canine, Ghost bore a vicious scar across his muzzle from saving an officer during a violent arrest. Forced into early retirement and nearly euthanized as unfit for duty, Ghost was rescued by Dr. Raines, convinced he still had a purpose. In Dr. Raines's office, Ghost sat calmly several feet from Lily, watching her with intelligent, gentle eyes. "Would you like to pet him?" Dr. Raines asked softly. Lily didn't answer, but she didn't run away either.
Inch by inch, she crept closer, then stretched out a trembling hand. Ghost lowered his head and gently pressed his scarred muzzle into Lily's palm. For the first time in weeks, Lily didn't flinch from the world. From that day on, Lily and Ghost were inseparable. She still wouldn't speak, but Dr. Raines taught her a silent language, finger signals for safe or danger. And every time Lily woke up shaken from nightmares, Ghost was there, pressing close until she drifted back to sleep. One afternoon, while drawing in Dr. Raines' office, Lily said two words that made her mother weep. "Good boy." Ghost's tail thumped like he understood the miracle of that moment. And now they were back in that courtroom. Judge Vasquez called the court back into session. Prosecutor Natalie Chen stepped forward. "Your Honor, I'd like permission for Lily to testify, with Ghost beside her." The defense lawyer leapt up. "Objection! That dog will bias the jury." "Overruled," Judge Vasquez said firmly. "Proceed." Natalie Chen knelt beside Lily. "Lily, you don't have to speak. You can use your hands, or Ghost. Okay?" Lily gave the smallest nod. "Can you tell us if the man who tried to take you is in this room?" A long, breathless silence followed. Then Lily lifted her trembling arm and pointed directly at Marcus Fielding. Fielding's calm mask slipped. His eyes darted wildly, his jaw clenched. "Objection!" his lawyer shouted. "She's been coached." "Overruled," the judge said. Natalie leaned closer. "Lily, show us the sign for danger." Lily looked straight at Fielding and flicked her fingers in the unmistakable sign for danger. Ghost reacted instantly. His body surged forward, hackles bristling, a deep, guttural growl rumbling from his chest. Gasps erupted around the courtroom. Fielding slammed his fist on the table. "She knows nothing. She's just a kid." Judge Vasquez gavel thundered. "Mr. Fielding, control yourself." But the jury had already seen it, the truth shining through a silent little girl and a German shepherd who refused to let evil hide in plain sight. Outside the courthouse, reporters shouted questions. Lily stood beside Ghost, her tiny hand resting protectively on his scarred head. Amanda knelt beside her daughter. "You were so brave today," she whispered. "You did it." Lily hesitated. Then, with tears shining in her eyes, she whispered three words that made her mother crumble. "I'm okay, Mama." Ghost licked her cheek as if sealing the promise, and somewhere inside that courthouse, justice finally tilted in the right direction, because a little girl and a scarred German shepherd named Ghost refused to stay silent.